Hi, I'm Gia, your GetIT Architect. In this video, we're going to break down Zero Trust architecture in a simple, easy to understand way. Zero Trust is one of the most important security concepts used in modern cloud and enterprise environments today. And by the end of this video, you'll understand what it is and why it matters. Here's what we'll cover today. First, we'll define what Zero Trust architecture actually means. Then we'll look at why traditional network-based security models no longer work. After that, we'll walk through how Zero Trust works at a high level. And finally, we'll wrap up with why Zero Trust is rapidly becoming the standard security model for cloud and remote-first environments. Traditionally, security was built around a trusted internal network and an untrusted external one. Once someone was inside the network, they were largely trusted, and anything outside could not. But today, users work remotely, applications live in the cloud, and data is accessed from anywhere. Network location alone is no longer a reliable signal of trust. Zero Trust removes that assumption entirely. Zero Trust starts from a different assumption. A breach is inevitable, and attackers may already be inside the environment. That's why trust can no longer be based on network location. With Zero Trust, every user, device, and system must prove who they are for every request, regardless of location. Let's walk through the core Zero Trust flow. Everything starts with the user, which could be a person, a device, or a service. That user must prove their identity, often using strong authentication methods like multi-factor authentication, along with device posture checks. Next, policies are evaluated. These policies consider who the user is, what they're trying to access, the security posture of their device, and the overall risk context. Only then is access granted to the resource, such as an application, API, or data. This process is continuously evaluated not just at login, but throughout the session. At this point, it's important to pause and make one thing clear. What we've looked at so far is the conceptual view of Zero Trust. On the left, we have the simple idea: user, identity, policy, and resource. On the right is the technical view, where those same ideas are implemented using real systems. In real systems, this concept is implemented using several key components. A user first authenticates with an identity provider. Multi-factor authentication adds another layer of assurance. A policy engine evaluates the request based on identity, device posture, and context. Only then does a gateway or proxy allow access to the application or data. This continuous evaluation is how Zero Trust is enforced. The key takeaway is this: the concept stays simple, even when the technology becomes more detailed. Zero Trust is not about complexity, it's about clarity and control. Zero Trust is built on 4 key principles. Never trust by default. Every access request must be evaluated, regardless of where it comes from. Identity, device, and context together form the new basis for access decisions. Access is limited using least privilege, so users only get what they need when they need it. And verification is continuous, with access being re-evaluated as conditions change. Together, these principles dramatically reduce risk and limit the impact of breaches. The Zero Trust approach dramatically reduces risk. If an attacker gains access to one account or system, they can't automatically move laterally because access is continuously re-verified. Zero Trust limits the blast radius of a breach, supports remote work, and aligns security with cloud-native architectures where traditional network boundaries no longer exist, and supports today's remote and hybrid work models. It is the foundation of modern security. If you found this video helpful, please like, heart, or leave a comment. To keep getting more of my videos, please subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.